My name's Zeo, and welcome once again to another Coffee with Zeo. This is a more free-form, podcasty sort of thing that we like to do on the channel each month. Here's where we discuss the current state of NGS, as well as let you know what else I've been up to. If you're brand new here, I primarily cover lore content for PSO2, but for NGS, there hasn't really been a whole lot of that. So April has brought us some nice updates, the first of which came last week. Every class got some new toys to play with, in addition to the level cap. Every weapon got a new PA except for rods and wands, but forces and techers got access to compound techniques instead. This is something that I feel forces and techers have needed for quite some time. They finally get their big punchy super spells, especially forces. So those in conjunction with jet intensity and the new surging impulse PA add some new offensive options for both classes. Techers still need some help in the offense department, unfortunately. There's been some pretty heated discussion about that PA as of late. I don't play a whole lot of Bouncer these days, but from those who do, it makes the class even more messy. Gunner got some nice changes, plus a new cracked out twin machine gun PA. Braver's got some really nice changes too, and so did Katana's. So Katana's finally got their gap closer PA in the form of Radiant Lilac. So these changes have actually helped rekindle my interest in Braver. So from episode 2 on up through episode 5 in base PSO2, Braver was my main. I don't know if I liked it because Katana's or free damage for 20 seconds from Katana combat, maybe both. So if you didn't play base PSO2, Braver's had a skill called Katana Combat, which works a lot like Brave Combat does in New Genesis, but just for katanas. It also had a skill called Combat Escape, which made you invincible the whole time. I don't play the other classes too much, so I can't really opine on their changes. I've been mainly focused on Force, Gunner, Braver, and more recently Techer. So next week we're finally getting the Pyramid, aka the Geometric Labyrinth. I think this will be a much needed shot in the arm. I know people have been clamoring for challenging content for a while, and I think this might be the thing that scratches that itch. The fact that the mobs inside scale off the strongest party member leads me to believe that they have future plans for this thing. So even after level 60 and beyond, I imagine they'll be adding new rewards and challenges to that thing. So that, in conjunction with whatever else they might have up their sleeve, would make for a solid gameplay loop, which is what people have wanted from the beginning. The Pyramid is probably the most promising piece of content that we've seen in a good while. Now, would I recommend coming back to the game if you haven't played in a while? Absolutely. Get your levels, gear up, then give the Pyramid a shot when it comes out. I feel like they're definitely making steps in the right direction here. For those of us who stuck with this game the past few months, I think our patience will be rewarded. I'm still cautiously optimistic here, and I've been known as somewhat of a cynical bastard. But it's not all happy though, which you might have gathered from the thumbnail. So over the past few months there's been a problem with people going AFK in popular capsule and vet farming areas. So what's their response? Snitch on your fellow Arcs defender and get him suspended. What? Really? Okay, first off, how does anyone know that the person they're reporting is AFK for legitimate reasons? Second of all, I think this opens the door for another form of harassment or abuse. Say there's someone you really don't like who's out there vet farming in Central Rotem. They're pulling their weight for a while, but due to unforeseen circumstances, they have to get up for a little while, and it took them a lot longer than they expected. So someone with an axe to grind could get a few of their friends to mass report this individual and they get suspended. You know, sometimes meat space aggro just happens. You know, someone comes over or your kid needs help with something and it takes longer than expected and you forget you're logged into the game, and then some joker who got into the room maybe after you didn't see you pulling your weight and sees you AFK for a while, then reports your ass. This right here is one of their more asinine moves. Probably worse than the whole private ERP thing a few months ago, I'd say. This right here is another reason why I won't be applying for their content creator program. I don't like being beholden to a particular company no matter how much I like their product, and I don't like having to censor myself, and I know that's something that a lot of people have come to appreciate about me. I will definitely 100 times over give praise where it's due. However, when they mess up, you have to say, what the hell, Sega? What the hell? Praise them when they do good, dunk on them when they do bad. Now for a solution, what they could do here is have a 15-minute timer that starts after 30 seconds of no action, maybe a minute. This timer starts ticking down after a minute of no inputs, whether or not they're in a menu. Now when this timer hits 0, it can do one of two things, either teleport them back to that region's city or just log them out altogether. And this would only activate in exploration or combat zones, so the people that like to AFK in the cities are fine. It's almost like how Final Fantasy XIV handles idle players during periods of mass congestion like the launch of an expansion. I don't see them sticking to this, especially if players make enough noise about it. You know what they say about the squeaky wheel, and Sega has always been good about making course corrections where needed. I guess that part of them has always been what's kept me coming back. Now if they didn't, I don't think I'd even be here right now. So now I ask you, what do you think? Think they'll figure out a better solution to the AFK issue? What are you looking forward to most in the coming months? You know how much I love chopping it up with you guys in the comments section and on the streams, twitch.tv/Zeomantic. Come hang out sometime, we'd love to have you. We talk about these kinds of things all the time. Anyway, that's a wrap. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, to thine own self be true. Until next time, farewell.